Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and welcome back to the Denver Bears franchise. Now, the Bears have surprised a lot of people this year, and I think that we are just right on target with what we want to do in this series. We are competing this year, and in the month of May, we went on an epic winning streak, winning 10 straight games, and really started to show what we can do as a potential in this offense. And look at our batting average and on-base percentage. We are both top 10 in both categories. That is amazing, seeing that we were pretty much dead last season. And our best part, our ERA, third in the MLB, but look who is there at number 1 and 2, San Diego and the Dodgers. That's why this is going to be such a tough rebuild, because no matter how well we build this team, there's going to be two other teams in this division along with the Diamondbacks as well, who are just going to be just as good. And it's going to be crazy to see what's going to happen in the rest of this series. Now, we are in season number 4, so I think that we are right on target with where we want to be. We want to be competing like right now. We've had 3 years to draft well, a fourth and counting the last episode. And now we really have some guys on our team that can really be the building blocks for a championship squad. I do think we do need a couple of more pieces, and I don't even know if that's via trade. It might be just waiting for some guys to get up. We have top prospects like Justin Maxwell, Mohamed Willingham as well, Zach Veen, Zion Storm. We have a lot of good players in our organization, along with some, good bats that may contribute as well, like Ryan Simmons, kind of guys like that, Gregory Teixeira, guys that you forget about. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking what are my sliders. Here's what they do look like. Now, I did make some tweaks. I play on Legend, but I did make some tweaks to a couple of these sliders just to balance it out a little bit. And I've kind of found a good sweet spot. I turned down the CPU solid hits because sometimes I felt like they were just taking advantage of pitches, because a lot of times I do use classic pitching all the time, but a lot of times I follow the catcher's suggestion, and it seems like maybe the CPU knows exactly what's coming, so I decided to move that down a little bit. But you can see I am using Legend on both hitting and pitching, and then I use the buttons interface to throw, but I use auto fielding and auto throwing, so I do not control any of that. I kind of want my players to dictate, what happens on a given play. So we return home here to play another NL opponent, and this will be the Milwaukee Brewers, as Ramel Coffer is having an excellent start to the season. He could actually be an all-star this year. We'll see if that happens, though. Christian Yelich is the front runner for MVP this year, hitting .242, OPS over 1,000. He is hitting amazing for a struggling Brewers team who is just trying to find their footing, and I think they're a little bit behind the Cubs, though, in the NL Central, but that is just a line out to Garrett Hampson. How come all of our pitchers that leave our squad end up doing way better than before? Jose Barrios has a 107 whip, doing great things for the Brewers. For us, he was doing pretty bad. Now here is Charlie Blackman at the plate here in the second inning. He gets a hold of a pitch. This one's got carry. This one will make it all the way back to the wall. It's a home run. The veteran does not age. He is declining quite a bit in his attributes, but it seems like his production isn't right now. He's still doing pretty well. Hitting about .288 on the year. I mean, Blackman is just doing excellent things for this team. 1-0. So we move on to the bottom of the fourth inning. Here is Will Benson, who's having an excellent season so far. He walks throughout this fourth. Winker comes up as well, as he hits in this 3 spot pretty much full time. He walks. And that brings up Keston Hiura, the guy you want up versus righties. And he check swings. Man, I do hate the check swing on this game compared to last game. If you just absolutely tap it, it's going to be a strike. So 2 straight strikeouts here is Charlie Blackman to the plate. He turns on one very well. That one is foul. And now with a 2-2 count, he swings that one up in the zone, and that one will just be a pop out to left. That's what I hate about the check swing. I mean, I'm barely tapping the check swing, and it just goes over like I just absolutely mashed it. So here is Benson up here in the 6th inning. He goes to opposite field. That one will sneak through the infield. Barrios is at about 77 pitches. As now he faces Keston Hiura, hit and run, and Hiura goes to opposite field. That is gone. Keston Hiura is one of the league leaders in home runs this year. Hopefully he makes a bid for the home run derby. He's over 20 home runs on the season, and that one was absolutely crushed. Making it a 3-0 lead here for Denver as Ramel Coffer is still going strong here into the top of the 7th. Here is Christian Yelich at the plate. High fastball. He watches that one. The next pitch will be taken to left field. Away from the shift. That one should be a double. Here's a throw in from Winker to the cutoff man. And now they have a runner on second with one out. Javi Baez at the plate. He signed a 5-year deal with the Brewers, and he will walk as that brings up Travis Shaw here. And here he hits one deep to right field. This one is back, and Will Benson giving chase. And an over-the-shoulder catch by Benson. He is having an excellent year in right field. Could he perhaps make a bid for a Gold Glove? Who knows, as that brings up Jacob Nottingham to the plate, hitting one to center field, and Hampson with the speed gets to that one. There we go. We get out of the 7th. No runs given up. Trez Jenkins, who we moved up last episode, he will get a appearance here in the 8th inning with a man on third base. Here is Kevin Kiermaier at the plate. Hits one deep to right field. Will Benson giving chase is back at the track, and this one makes it over the wall. And Trez Jenkins is welcome to the MLB with a couple of outings so far where he has not been good. And he gives up a 2-run shot that brings it within 1 run. We decided to go to the bullpen and bring in Carlos Estevez to get us out of trouble here. And that one will be a swing and miss. Javi Baez on the slider out of the zone. And that brings us into the bottom of the 8th inning. Jesse Winker at the plate facing our former pitcher Scott Alexander at the plate. And Winker just takes him deep, and that is gone. Winker has been such a great hitter for us. He hits in that 3 spot, 463 off of the bat. His 9th home run of the year. He doesn't need to hit for a lot of home runs. He just needs to hit for, average. And I love what he's been doing. He's got a 3-year contract with us, and I've been enjoying every single game with him. So on to the top of the 9th inning. Here is Jordan Hicks in for the save. Facing Tristan Lutz. That one will be a strikeout. 99 miles an hour out of the hands of our potential all-star this year, Jordan Hicks. And we get the victory here at home. The Brewers do not stand a chance. And how about the game pitch for Ramel Coffer? He is still undefeated this year, and he has been pitching excellent. So moving along in the month of June, you can see we kind of split in the middle of the month here, winning, going 3-3 after that 2 out of 3, or I guess 2 out of 4 games versus Milwaukee. We split with them. And then we ended up going 3-3 the next 6 games. And now we face the Dodgers. And this is a series that is kind of important now as we are making that chase for first place and keeping that up, because now the Dodgers are right here neck and neck with us. And the Padres are starting to surge too. So here we are in the bottom of the 10th inning with a nice extra inning game versus the Dodgers. That one will be a check swing. I hate the check swing so bad. Here's Garrett Hampton at the plate. This one will be just a short fly ball, and it will be caught by Bellinger. And now 2 outs in this inning. Bottom of the 10th inning with no outs. A guy on second base, and we might not score him. C.J. Abrams up. He watches a curveball on the inside part, and that one will be a walk. Hitor Takahashi at the plate with the chance to be the hero in this one. He got the start today over Jesse Winker, giving Winker a day off. And this one will get up the middle. This one should score from second. Will Benson. That is the ball game. Will Benson scores from second. How about Hitor Takahashi, a guy that's been struggling this year? I have been debating about moving him down, but because of his athletic ability and his ability to really run the bases very well, he stays up and ends up being the hero in that game, giving us a half-game lead over the Dodgers now at 39-28. They are 39-29, and look at the Padres. They are also 39-29. So we move on to the next game here in this series, and it looks like the Dodgers do take the 2-1 lead here in the 6th inning, then take another run here in the 7th, and now it looks like we cannot get any offense going as Bellinger gets a double. We do score 2 in the 9th, but it ends up not being enough. Clayton Kershaw gets the win in this game, and Tristan McKenzie gets credited with the loss, but he actually pitched a pretty decent game. Then we start to simulate some games here, going up against the Dodgers. We lose another one. Then we face the Atlanta Braves. We lose that one 4-0. We decide to sim the next couple of games. The Braves beat us once again, 8-1. Now he dropped to 39-32. And now Ramel Coffer tries to go 8-0 versus Touki Toussaint. And it looks like he is injured in that game and suffers his first loss. So not only that, but we are now on a 5-game losing streak here in the middle of the month of June. And now we move on to July. And you can just see, we just start to go up and down, and we just can't find some consistency as we start out the month of July. Pretty rocky as well. We move on and see our record is 46-40. And now the Padres are on top of the division. So now we look for what's going on with this team. Well, I look at catcher and Roberto Perez, who we did trade for, and he has been, not so good. We haven't been that great at trading for guys in this series. I think that's an area that we've been very, very weak at. We've been pretty good in free agency. I would say we hit on Winker. We also hit on Luis Severino. But I think trading has definitely been our downfall. I think Will Benson is finally starting to come around. I believe he's going to end up being a good trade, and we traded in that Trevor Story trade. But now we need a little bit of a spark here at catcher. So I look at our options here. Rafael Marchand is hitting over 300, and I think it's his time to really move up and see what he's got. And I would say this. Look, he's in his low 70s. I might be moving him up a bit early. But we also have Max McDowell just in case. We signed 3 catchers in the offseason along with Elias Diaz, making 4 catchers. And Elias Diaz is actually doing very well. He has a .372 on base percentage. Very, very good season from him. But I'm going to platoon Rafael Marchand and move him up and then move Roberto Perez down. So how about that? Our $11 million catcher is in the minor leagues. Doesn't matter, though, because he's on the last year of his deal, so I'm not that concerned about it. But I like what I see out of Marchand. I want to see what he does at the MLB level. So just before the All-Star break, we have a 3-game set versus the Miami Marlins. I want to see if we can get it done versus them, giving us some confidence going into the All-Star break. So we start at the bottom of the first inning. Here is Jesse Winker, who has been hitting the ball very, very well. That one is smoked off of the right field wall. His average is a little low, but when I play with him, he actually hits the ball very, very hard, well, all that good stuff. Frozen ropes all over the yard. Here is Hiura at the plate. He gets one low and just gets on top of that one. It's a chopper to short. As Ramel Coffer gets another start, I promise you it's a pure coincidence that every time we start an episode, Ramel Coffer is on the mound for us. Pure coincidence. We'll see some more guys. I want to get Luis Severino some starts in episodes as well, but he's actually doing very well. Probably going to be an all-star. Here's a hit to left field here in the second inning. And here's a throw into the cutoff man. And Winker misses him. One of the most bizarre plays you will see. Just a routine base hit to left field. And look at this diving attempt by Blackman to stop this ball from getting into the dugout. It ends up being 1-0 off of that play. That brings up the next batter who comes up and blasts this one deep. It's gone. Ramel Coffer is finally getting hit well in this one. Yermin Mercedes hits his first career home run to dead center. 3-0 here for the Marlins on the road. On to the bottom of the third inning. Here's Garrett Hampson at the plate. He hits a little flare to right field, and with Ramel Coffer at first base, he makes it over to third. Hopefully, giving us a little jump start in this inning. C.J. Abrams at the plate. He hits just a chopper to second base. That one should be good enough to score a run, and it will. So we get one of those runs back. Jesse Winker 1 for 1 facing Elizar Hernandez. He hits one hard to short, and that one will be a great play. That is Tim Anderson who's at short now. This Miami Marlins team looks a lot different than they do in real life. They signed Joey Gallo, signed Tim Anderson, and now here they are once again with a pretty good lineup, to be honest with you. Here is Hiura at the plate, and like I said, when I play with Hiura and Winker, they hit tremendous. And he starts it out with a single here as that brings up Josh Fuentes, who hits one deep. That one is gone. Tie ball game off of the bat of Josh Fuentes. You got to love what he's doing as well. He's got that average up. Hitting over 300 at this point. That just sneaks around the foul pole. It may have hit it. And now it's a 3-3 game. Will Benson 1 for 1 in this game. He hits one hard up the middle, make it 2 for 2. As Benson is really hitting the ball well this year. I think this is a good sign for things to come in his career. Ramel Coffer at the plate here with 2 outs. He gets a nice pitch, but just pops it out to right field. Joey Gallo is under that one. It will be the 3rd out of the inning. So we move this one on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here is Jesse Winker at the plate, 2 for 3 in this game. He gets a pitch right over the middle, and that one is gone. Winker, it's so easy to hit with Winker. That's what I love about him. It makes it his 13th home run of the year, 470 off of the bat of him. I'm trying to hit a 500-foot bomb, one of these guys. I'm guessing that Hiura might be the first guy. Speaking of the devil, he's up next. 4-3 lead here for the Bears here as we get to low pitch, and this one is another one. Back-to-back jacks. I love it. Keston Hiura is such a good hitter versus right-handed pitching. 446, his 22nd home run of the year, and he gives us the 5-3 lead here as we move into the 9th inning. Here is Jordan Hicks in for the save, facing James Lawson, one of our best subscriber prospects in this series. He hits one hard to second, and that one will be the 3rd out of the game, and that one will do it. A 5-3 game. We came all the way back after a slow start here for the offense, but a 3-0 lead is a race for Miami. You love these type of wins where it's looking like, man, Miami comes to play, but Denver comes back late in the game. You just did not see this in season 1 and 2 and 3, and now this team is definitely starting to hit the ball well. So we move on to the second game here in this 3-game series, as here is a foul tip that time from Corey Dickerson. Down by 1 run here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Man on third base, Corey Dickerson at the plate. Let's see if he can come through. This one's a high pitch, and this one will be just a pop-up to left field. And Miami gets the victory here in game number 2. So we split this series so far. Let's see if we can win game number 3. This game we want to focus on Rafael Marchand, though, and see what he does here in his first at-bats here at the MLB level. Here he hits one up the middle, and this one will be his first at-bat here in his first start, and it's going to be a hit. And Marchand, if he can do that, just get on base. That's all we need. And that one will be a single here in the second. It looks like Pablo Lopez is a little bit shaken up. And that one moves us here into the 7th inning as Marchand is 1 for 2 in this game now. He hits that one foul to the right side. Now with a 1-2 count, he hits one to left field. This one looks like it could get down, and it will. 2 for 3 in this game. But Marchand, being a little bit too aggressive, gets thrown out at second base. It's a 6-1 game for the Marlins. So now here's Marchand up for his 4th at-bat, I should say. This one is hit up the middle in a 3 for 4 day for Marchand. I gotta love it, giving him some confidence going into the All-Star break. But we're still down by 4 runs in this one. But you got to love Marchand, the young catcher. He's 25 years old now. 8 potential, but very good. I think that he could be a bright spot in the future of this series. Will Benson up to the plate. Speaking of bright spots, he hits one hard up the middle. We will send the runner from second base, and it will be offline. We will score 1, and it's a 6-3 game. You got to chip away somehow. And that brings up Garrett Hampson, who is the tying run. He will be at the plate now. We send Benson. Hard hit to second base, and it will just be an easy fielder's choice, and that one will be the game. And we end up pretty much not doing that well before the All-Star break. But still, you can see the bats, you see the potential, but I think we just need a little bit more of a spark here for this offense. Hopefully, moving up one of these young prospects could do it, or maybe even moving at the trade deadline for a potential big bat. I think that's what we need. We just need one more bat to put us over the top. We're sitting here at 47-42 at the All-Star break on this 2-game losing streak, but we're still in the middle of this wild card chase. But now, I think it's time. Muhammad Willingham is having an excellent year in AAA. This is all I've been waiting for. You can just see his ratings here. I mean, he is excellent as a hitter. Now, I think it's Muhammad Willingham time. We've waited. And now I think we just need that spark. And I think Muhammad Willingham could give us that. Now, I don't know if we need Justin Maxwell right now, but there is a big possibility he makes his debut this year. He is pitching phenomenally. He can win Minor Leaguer of the Year again this year, but you can't win it twice for us. I made that rule, but he's got a .81 whip. He is absolutely dominating so far. Here's how the rest of the MLB looks. It looks like the Dodgers are on top of the wild card. The Padres are 9-1 in their last 10. They have taken over first place, but I think we can make a run for that last wild card spot if we move up Muhammad Willingham. Hopefully he lives up to the bill. And as we move into All-Star break, I officially want to, just focus on just All-Star break for one full episode. Usually I don't do it, but the good thing about this All-Star break is that we finally have guys who will be recognized this year. Hopefully more than one All-Star, the first time since our season 1 when we had Charlie Blackman and Trevor Story. I think that Luis Severino is going to make it. I also think that Hiura could also make it at second base. We'll have to see. He is a home run leader, and he also will participate in the home run derby. He has accepted the invite. I can't wait to see that happen. I don't think that Jesse Winker is going to make it. I think that he's hitting way too low in his average, and I don't think that Garrett Hampson is going to make it as well in center. I think he was a snub last year, but this year there's a couple of more guys hitting a little better than he is. So next episode, for the first time here in this series, we will have our first home run derby participant, and that's going to be Keston Hiura. Hit 23 home runs this year. He's tied for 4th in the NL, and he will be there representing the Bears, and we'll have to see if he can pull it off. The All-Star game will be in Milwaukee this year, so I can't wait to bring Hiura back to Milwaukee, because remember, we acquired him from there. So we'll have to see if he can take home the crowd. So that's going to do it here in this episode. Next episode will be the All-Star break. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.